All right, guys, in this example, this is a classic example of how we are given 2 points. Okay, so we got -6, 7, and -1, -9. So we're given 2 points. We need to come up with the slope-intercept equation. So we're going to have to go through this in stages. First, we have to find the slope. So slope, the formula, which you do not have to memorize because it's going to be on the formula sheet. So this is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so now let's identify what's what here. So this is your x1, this is your y1, this is your x2, this is y2. Okay, so let's see if we can simplify this expression computed by substituting the values. Now, anytime you're substituting a negative, it's very important to remember to put it in parentheses, okay? So let's see if we can do that. So first we have to start with y2. Well, y2 is -9, so we're going to put that first. And because it's negative, we're going to put it in parentheses. Subtract y1. Well, y1 is 7. That one is not negative, parentheses will not be needed. Divided by x2, well, that's -1. Let's put it in parentheses just in case. Subtract x1. Well, x1 is -6, and because it is negative, we're going to put it in parentheses. All right, so now we can just put this in Desmos calculator. Okay, so whatever we set up, we're going to put this in the Desmos calculator. I don't think it's going to let me open it yet. It's going to just ask me to put it in a separate tab, but that's okay. So first we want to make a fraction. On the top, we're going to type -9 minus 7. Now you could put -9 in parentheses, but it's not really necessary in this case. But you know, it's not going to hurt anything. So here, -1, subtract -6. Okay, and then we're going to press on this little button to convert it to a fraction. So that would be -16/5. Okay, so that is my m. And I can go ahead and put that here. And Desmos already reduces it for you. You don't have to do that part. All right, next we want to find the point slope equation using the slope that we just got, which is -16/5, and a point. Well, it really doesn't matter which point, but in this specific case, they want you to use -6, 7. So ultimately, the answer to part C will not depend on which of the 2 points you chose, but they tell us to use -6, 7. Okay, so what is the point slope form? It's going to be y minus y1 equals slope x minus x1. So let's see if we can substitute what we know. So y1, so remember this is x1, this is y1. So y1 is 7. Okay, it's not negative, so we do not have to put it in parentheses. And then it's going to be -16/5, which is the slope, multiplied by x minus x1. Well, x1 is -6, so you're subtracting -6. We're going to put that in parentheses. Okay, so we can go ahead and type that here. So y minus 7 equals -16/5. So I'm using the / of my keyboard where the question mark is, but you can use this one right here. And then we're going to put parentheses. Now, whenever you see that minus, just convert it to a plus. You don't have to, but that's, you should already kind of get used to that. Okay, now the last part is to converting the slope, the point slope to slope intercept. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to get y minus 7. Let me just rewrite this. So -16/5. And then it's x plus 6. So remember, we start by distributing this -16/5 to each term and leaving the other side the same. So y minus 7, y minus 7 equals -16/5 x, right? So we're just multiplying that here. And then -16/5 needs to be multiplied by 6. So that actually I am going to do over here. So I'm going to put -16/5 and multiply that by 6. And then convert that to a fraction. Wow, that's not a fun fraction. So this is going to be minus 96 over 5. All right, the last step is to get rid of this minus 7. So what operation is opposite of subtracting 7? Well, that's adding 7, right? So that it's going to cancel out. So it will cancel on this side. So now we're going to get y as we want. So negative 16 fifth x. But we need to figure out what this is, negative 96 over 5 plus 7. Okay, this is not going to be good, huh? That's negative 61 over 5. So calculator really helped us out here. So let's see. Hopefully you don't get something like this on the test, because this is a lot of fractions. Okay, let's see.